Welcome, Guardian Scholars. I'm so excited to start the new semester. This is the first of our weekly class welcomes and overviews. I kind of want to preview the week for you. This will be a little longer than our average one because it's our first week and there's kind of a lot of new material, and I want to set you up for success from the start. So when you get into our Canvas course, if you're doing it from a web browser, it is a little bit different if you are doing it on your phone app. That's okay too. But I just wanted to point out that here we have our on our home page, I have information about our class. I want to always point out that English 1A is the key course. So anything that's for English 1A, this is the class that is for graduation. It's the class for transfer. 91 is about supporting your success in English 1A. So it's all things that we're going to be doing to help you be more successful in English 1A. Our English 1A class meets on Mondays from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. However, I stay on for another 15-30 minutes to answer questions that you might have. And so I won't just log off at 11:30 and say goodbye. I'll be there to just do Q&A and help you guys out with anything afterwards. On Wednesdays, we're going to have a Zoom study room for English 91, and it's at the same time, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. The only difference for this is that I'm really going to try to make this mostly more collaborative. Let's work through an assignment that we're doing. Let's get together. Let's look at the assignments that are due Thursday and Saturday and kind of work together to complete those and be successful in them. And again, I can stay on a little longer and do Q&A with you. By noon, I really do have to get off so I can feed my kids before they have to get back into their class because I've got two little guys in elementary school doing virtual class themselves. On Fridays, I also have a time to meet with you. This is not a class. This is just a drop-in. Like if you have more questions, you're getting stuck on an assignment and you're confused by something, you're going to go in. This will not be through. If you go to Conference Room, you won't see it because I had to set it up a little differently, and it's going to be the same one each time for drop-in Fridays. And the passcode for this is our course section number. I did want to point out I was hoping to keep it 10:30 to 11:30 every Friday, but I have some meetings that got set up that run from 10 to 11. So I'm going to have some Fridays, including our first Friday, where I'm going to start at 11 a.m. and then I'll go till noon. And you can just drop in anytime that hour, and I can help you out with what questions you have. I'm also available on Fridays from 9 to 10 a.m. Through the Writing Center, through something called Cranium Cafe, and also from 1 to 2 p.m. So 9 to 10 and 1 to 2 p.m. So I have 3 hours of availability to meet with people, but these do have to do with Writing Center only, and I will be working with students from any English class at RCC. You don't have to meet with me for Writing Center. There are many other wonderful instructors that you can meet with at times that are convenient to you. Okay, my faculty contact information is all here. You could, if you email me through Canvas, it actually goes to my RCC email as well, so that's always an advantage. And then I wanted to point out, I just added Google Voice. I am a newbie at this, but I wanted to find some way for you guys to like call and leave a message, or if let's say your internet is down and you need to get a hold of me, I wanted to give you some other way of getting a hold of me. So I have this Google Voice number now, and we'll see how good I am at learning how to use it. But what I wanted to say is that I tried really hard to respond within 24 hours, Monday through Friday. So if you contact me on a Monday, I should have contacted you back by Tuesday around the same time. But I try to be even faster than that when I can. I don't always respond on weekends and holidays because I also need time to kind of disconnect and focus on my family and get away from the screen just like everybody else. I wanted to point out that there is this to-do list, which is pretty fantastic. It's pretty cool. There's also a course calendar that you could open up and look through, and it can tell you when things are due, and you can kind of get a big picture that way. I actually learned that from a student in the fall. I never clicked on that and noticed that before. Those are great. However, they are not the ideal way to work through the class. And so you can use those to kind of get a picture, but I really encourage you to use the modules. And so if you look on this left-hand menu with the blue writing, you'll see that there's some Canvas help here, Conferzoom, my syllabus, and then modules. Modules are how I've organized the class. And so I've actually organized the class in levels. We have 4 levels plus finals, and then we have weeks. And so I'd like you to go to the week 1 module and really work through it this way. So, class officially doesn't begin until Wednesday because of the holiday, but there are a few things that if you can, and you don't have to if you need to do this later this week, it's okay, but if you can do this before we meet that Wednesday, one is I have a little introduction to Dr. Victor Rios and an explanation of the assignment that we're actually doing for Saturday, because I don't want you to wait until Saturday to start this. And so we have a reading, so I explained some things about the reading, and then the metacognitive reading log assignment that we're going to do based on it. And I even have the link. It's um, the assignment is here at the end, but I also put the link into it here as well. So you can go, okay, I want to see this. And you'll see I have some things to look at, think about before you read, as you read, um, and then after you read. And I have a model which you can preview. And basically, after you've read the first 9 chapters, you're going to pick out 2 golden lines, 2 sentences that really stood out to you, 2 quotations, and then talk about why you chose them. Now, this is based on a different reading. I didn't want to steal your thunder. And then you have an 8-word summary, which is 8 words, like what was the first half of the novel, or not novel, memoir about, and then your hot take, and this is your gut reactions to the reading. Okay, and one of the things that I mentioned is that if you turn it in and you get my comments and you misunderstood how to do something, I will let you resubmit the assignment, because we're just learning how to do things right now. And it's about progress. It's not about perfection. It's about learning, not about coming in knowing how to do everything. So I did want you to see that so that you're not waiting till Saturday to start the reading. We're also going to be needing to self-enroll in the Writing Center, which is new. This is the first semester we've done that. And so what I'd like you to do is actually try before we meet as a class, so that I can find out if there are issues, or if half of you are enrolled, then I know, okay, you guys are good to go, and then I can reach out to the people who haven't enrolled and find out like what the problems are. And so you would click on this link, click on enroll in the course, and then the Reading Center will appear on your Canvas dashboard, and you can start doing the Writing Center work. And you'll notice I want you to do that early in the week, because there is a Writing Center assignment due again on Saturday. So I want you to be set up to do the things that are due on Saturday ahead of time, so that you're not scrambling at the last minute. The other 2 things to do before the class begins, if you're able, are to do this 5-point survey. You just get credit for doing the survey. And there's some questions like, what is your level of comfort with online classes? Do you have reliable internet? Because I want to know. And then occasionally, like if I know you're having issues with Wi-Fi, I can let Jeremy Johnson know, and he can work on maybe hooking you up with a hotspot. So if there are issues, I like to know at the beginning of the semester so that we can come alongside and help you with that. The other thing to do is to sign up for a benchmark conference. So basically 5 times this semester, in addition to meeting in our large groups, I want to meet with each of you one-on-one. And this takes a lot of time for me, but it takes only 10 or 15 minutes for you. It takes a lot of time for me because I'm meeting with all of you. But I find that this is one of the best ways that I can support your success, is to give you that individualized one-on-one attention to help support you through this. And so like I said, I'll be meeting with you, but you'll have to sign up for a conference. If you don't want to do it on say Conferzoom and do a Zoom meeting, you can sign up for it and then let me put your phone number in and say, please call me instead. And I can use my Google Voice number and give you a phone call, and we can talk on the phone instead if you prefer that. But what I do need you to do is sign up. If my hours of availability don't work for you, please email me right away with times that are better for you, and I will try to work around your schedule. Like I said, I am helping my kids with their schooling, but I can try to work it out, okay? Because I really want to be available to you. Those are all things that if you can do them before we meet, that's great. If you can't, I understand, but at least try and see what the issues are if there are any, so that I can help you with them sooner rather than later. Now, there are a few things to do by Thursday. One is, if you haven't already done that Google form, please select your book club memoirs, and there's a 15-minute activity where you're going to watch a 3-minute video on purpose and the why you're doing what you're doing. And then I want you to write for about 15 minutes. So 3-minute video on purpose, and then 15 minutes of writing. And I do have a 15-minute timer embedded here if you want to use it. And so you're just going to write out kind of why you're here, what's important to you. The other thing for Thursday is this Flipgrid discussion, and basically you're going to start on an open in a new window. It seems to work better that way. And you're going to answer or complete these 4 statements. And so it's, again, a pretty short assignment. This should take you 5 minutes, hopefully, and you would just record it. The best class I ever had, the teacher did this, and the best class I ever had, the students did this, and the worst, the teacher did this, and the worst, the students did this. And so that we can really think about, what is it that a good class looks like? How do teachers and students contribute to a good class? What kind of things should we avoid to avoid having a bad class? And so you're going to go ahead and record the response, and you can filter out your face if you just don't feel comfortable being on screen. It's nice to see your wonderful faces, but I don't want to require it. Um, and then a few things to complete by Saturday. And these are really kind of the bigger assignments. So again, I want you to think about them from the beginning of the week rather than waiting until Saturday to start them. And so one is that metacognitive reading log we already talked about. And then the other is the Writing Center orientation. Obviously, you have to be logged into the Writing Center to do this. And I put in that enrollment link again in case you had forgotten to do that. And I have a fillable PDF. Really, the assignment is here at the top. The rest of this is just ideas of, like, if you want to convert a PDF into a Google Doc, this is how you do it. If you are not able to talk to a Writing Center instructor because you're at work when they're available, I have some other suggestions like the Smart Thinking Tutors. So all of this here is really just help for the activity there. And there's information on how to track your time and how to submit the activity. So once you've gone through all of this, you have completed the week. And I have a little thing on how to earn a badge. This is just kind of fun, but if you complete the key activities for the week, you'll actually be able to earn a badge. And so to find that out, you'll see there's, like, not everything has a they have little circles, and you'll get a check mark when you've done it, and then you'll get a badge. And so this is really just for fun, but it's just another way to track your progress. I'll see if it's actually showing yet. It is. So what'll happen is when you've completed stuff, your badges will go from gray to colored, and then you'll also have a leaderboard where you can compare yourself. If you are one of those more competitive people who likes to do that, you don't have to. And then, as I had mentioned that I have that drop-in Friday, I put the link here at the end, and I noted here that it's 11. It starts at 11 instead of 10:30 this particular Friday because of a meeting. So that is our first week. I will not go on quite so long in future weeks, but I hope this really helps you. And I'm looking forward to answering your questions, and I'm really excited about the start of the semester.